So what I'm going to talk about here is, again, pretty big picture. The workbook after this session is the place where you get to kind of drill down on some of the questions that might help you to articulate, okay, what is good? What is good right now? What do I know about myself or about my child in terms of strengths, loves, the ways in which he or she contributes to community, the dreams that we might have or that he or she might have? So in my case, this is looking at Penny and talking with her. I have some awareness of what I think she's like. I think she's wonderful at encouraging people by writing notes to them. That's not something she necessarily knows about herself, so I can put that down for her. But something that I often overlook is how much she loves sports. I don't love sports. I don't love going to sporting events. She really does. And so thankfully, she's able to articulate that for herself. Her teachers see other things. Her friends see other things. And we put all of that together to say, okay, what is already good about who you are, about what's going on in your life, about the opportunities that you have? We're also going to try to establish what's hard right now. What are some of our fears right now or about the future? Where are some areas of challenge, frustration, struggle? What are some of the things we're facing that are really hard? For Penny, friendship has been hard. Figuring out how to jump into a conversation at the lunch table has been really hard. So, this process is not a process that is filled with false optimism or toxic positivity. And one of the reasons we're giving space for the hard stuff is to say, how do we make sure that this does not become a nightmare? So, we want to ask the question, can it change? Can something that is hard actually change? Or if it is more of a chronic condition, can we get additional support? Because sometimes the reasons that things are so hard is because we're alone in them. I think about one man that I knew who had a series of back surgeries over time. And as a result, he was living with disability, but in his mind, he was supposed to be running and biking and hiking the same way he had before all the surgeries. And so the goal in life was to get back to the body he had had 10 years ago. And the limits his body now had were not going to allow that to happen. And so for him, he needed to reconcile that some of the hardships he was facing were as a result of refusing to acknowledge the real limitations that were going on in his life. And to say, yeah, I'm not going to run again the way I used to. But what are some of the other things I used to enjoy? Having dinner with friends, being a part of a community group, volunteering. So all of those things were opportunities that he had to participate in community and to experience joy. But he had spent so much time wanting to get back to the body he had had before that he was missing out. And when he shifted that, some of the hardship shifted as well.